All right, what do we have here? This says a slice of cherry pie and a cup of coffee. Imagine this, picture this. You walk into like a roadside diner because you're lost on a family road trip and you see that slice of cherry pie that's in that little like circular glass container. You order that because it just sounds amazing. That's what this fragrance is apparently supposed to invoke that vibe. And I don't know where the name A Little Secret comes from. I don't know if it's supposed to be the waitress has a little secret. She knows a secret. She know what the chef or the line cook put in this fragrance or that pie. I don't know. So this fragrance, this is their newer release, right? A Little Secret was Imaginary Author's newer release. I think it was teased on April Fool's Day and everyone thought it was a joke, but I knew it was real. And guess what? I got it. And I think it is a limited edition. I'm not sure. I'll put the notes up right there if you want to check that out. I don't even know if you can see that. We'll zoom up close. I am a fan of Imaginary Authors. Like, I do like their whole vibe. Like, all their fragrances are supposed to be like an imaginary book that was written by an imaginary author with an imaginary note in it. What's the note in here? We have Rainier Cherry, I don't know, pastry crust maybe? I would say that's an imaginary note. But overall, they do have like a retro mystery vibe to them, and I do like their packaging. This is the 50 ml. This comes in for about $105. I think for their performance and what their fragrances are, the prices are pretty good, honestly. We gotta get back into this. I'm gonna do 2 good sprays here. I really wanna, I don't know. I like this fragrance. I like it. We'll say that. I really don't know what I feel about it. It's a good release from their line, but it's definitely strange. It's almost like, maybe it's a love-hate. Maybe I like that I love-hate this. So it definitely bursts with a really good, like, juicy tart cherry. And it's not like a Tom Ford Lost Cherry. One of the positives of this fragrance, I think the cherry is pretty unique. It's pretty realistic, honestly. But here's the thing. Like I said, the opening's really good, but as you start to smell that cherry, like, it quickly turns into like almost a menthol-y, possibly mothball cough drop smell. The cherry's not medicinal, but it does have like this menthol note to it. I personally like it. I don't know if other people will. It does have a realistic vibe to it. It's a little bit warm. It's a little bit, syrupy, but not cough syrupy, not medicine-y, but it's like a juicy, it almost tastes like a can of like sweetened cherry topping that you'd put on a pie. So that's accurate. But that menthol vibe, that like twist to it, caught me a little bit off guard. The other stuff that I pick up in this fragrance, I do get patchouli, but it's not dark. This is like a light, almost florally soapy kind of a fragrance, think like potpourri vibe almost. And I do get tonka in here and I get saffron in here. So up top you get this realistic, like juicy sweet cherry, not a dark cherry, but a light cherry. Then you do get that buttery pie crust vibe in here, and you do get the tonka and saffron, a little bit of patchouli. That's kind of the vibe of this fragrance, but that weird menthol-y note almost gives it like, instead of it smelling like the cherry pie, this smells more like the room you're eating it in. So it smells like you're eating that cherry pie in the diner as someone's mopping the floor with a floor cleaner. That being said, my wife actually said that this smells like Fabuloso floor cleaner, and she absolutely hated it. I actually like the fragrance. I think it's a pleasant fragrance. I enjoy it. It is a little bit odd. So one of the things I am disappointed about a little bit is I don't really feel like this is a gourmand fragrance or a strong gourmand fragrance. And it says a slice of cherry pie and a cup of coffee. Now, I'm not picking up coffee. I don't know, maybe. That's actually really hard to pick up the notes in this fragrance. You get the florally potpourri-like notes, a little sharp. You get the cherry and the weird menthol-y vibe. You get like that marzipan smell, the tonka. I'm not getting coffee. It's definitely not like a strong coffee fragrance. Don't think that. Like maybe there's coffee on the table and it's kind of like the vibe and the aromas mixing, but overall I'm not getting that. This one I would say it's definitely complex and weird. And if you're into that, great. For other people, I don't know if it's a safe blind buy. I just don't know if it is. For me, like I said, I enjoy this fragrance and I'll wear it. But it's definitely a strange one. If you do really like cherry fragrances and you hate that like typical cherry, synthetic, syrupy medicine vibe that you get from all of them, this one might be very interesting to you. It might be a cool take to check out. But that menthol-y edge, I don't know, it could be a little bit polarizing. I can see the floor cleaner vibe, maybe a little bit. I don't know. It's just, I don't think the name for this is right. Or like, I don't think the picture, it's painting that picture. It's not painting cherry pie picture. I think that is the disconnect for me. But for the price, a little secret feels like a nice, bold, artistic swing. It's very unique. I would say it's memorable, and for that, I don't know, I like it. Love it or hate it, I don't feel like you'll forget this fragrance. I don't know. It's unique. I'm curious. I would almost I wish it was a little bit darker maybe, or maybe like a little bit more gourmand, less sharp and potpourri, What do you think of imaginary authors though? Like, drop some comments below. I'm curious what fragrances you love by them. There's some by them I really like. If you've smelled this, I'm really curious what you think of it, because this is one of the most unique fragrances I've smelled in a while, and it's kind of hard to pinpoint really what's going on. The cherry's good, but maybe it's the saffron. There's a spiciness to it that I just can't figure out. I don't know. It could be floor cleaner. Like, if you bought a cleaner and sprayed a counter, I could see if this was the scent. This to me is like a bathroom scent. And I'm not trying to sound negative. This is something that I would spray my towels with, and it smells nice. It has a very corporate-y hotel vibe to it. This is not like diner, I'm eating a pie with cigarette smoke around. This is like I'm in a fancy modern hotel and they gave me a slice of cherry pie. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting with this one. I did review a couple more imaginary author fragrances. I'll post those up there if you want to check them out.